All right. Look, I just want us to head straight to the Nedbank Cup, right? You know, the quarterfinals of this season's Nedbank Cup. You know, we saw the first of the Nedbank Cup quarterfinal clashes. We saw Pretoria Derby, the teams from the nation's capital, Amatax taking on Mamelodi Sundowns, and we also saw Stellenbosch FC taking on SuperSport United. And then later on Saturday evening was a clash between Amazulu and Orlando Pirates at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. And then recently, today, it was just like now, this afternoon, we just heard that Chippa United are the fourth team to have actually advanced to the last four after clinching a victory over 2019 champions TS Galaxy by 2-0 at the Mbombela Stadium. So I would like us to actually begin with the clash, the Tshwane Derby, right? So to those of y'all that are joining us, welcome once again to Football is a Religion. You know, I'm your host once again, Bube Simpati Mhlaba. Welcome once again. I'd love to welcome you to Football is a Religion. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And, let's grow this community together. So, Amatax from the second division. Basically, it's like the second tier of South African football. They play their trade in the ABC Motsepe Championship, right? Which is like the second tier of South African football. So the first tier, the top tier is obviously the DStv Premiership. And then the second tier of South African football, obviously, is the ABC Motsepe Championship. So Amatax, they came into this one, with the fact that they defeated Moroka Swallows, heading into this one. And particularly the first round clash was like that clash against Moroka Swallows. It was a repeat of the 2009 Nedbank Cup final between Amatax and Moroka Swallows. And this time, the Pretoria side, they emerged victorious against the struggling and the sluggish Dube Birds. So let's head straight into this clash between Mamelodi Sundowns as well as Amatax, played in the nation's capital at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium in Atteridgeville, west of Pretoria, right? Obviously, most of the viewers at home would have obviously expected Sundowns to actually emerge victorious, with an overwhelming scoreline, right? Most people said the score would be 3-0, some said 4-0, 5-0, due to the fact that Sundowns are the team that is actually dominating currently domestically. And the fact that, look, you're playing against, a team from the second tier of South African football. So you would obviously expect Mamelodi Sundowns to actually dominate, and actually be more at ease in terms of getting those goals. But however, it must actually be pointed out that, Amatax did prove us all wrong, right? And it wasn't like to be the way we all predicted it would be, right? Due to the fact that Amatax had a game plan and they stuck to their game plan. So this particular encounter between these two Pretoria sides, it was played in an excitable atmosphere in a pulsating Lucas Moripe Stadium. And Mamelodi Sundowns, they managed to come out victorious in what was actually a roller coaster of a Nedbank Cup quarterfinal clash against the University of Pretoria on a Friday evening. It just came to my surprise, to be real with you guys. And it just couldn't click in that the best team on the land would actually struggle against the team from the second division. It didn't click to me. But I guess, you know what? This is South Africa's FA Cup. Upsets are always likely. Upsets could always happen. So the Brazilians were very fortunate, to say the least, that they were able to avoid an upset. And to determine who would actually be advancing to the semi-finals, it was the nerve-wracking, yet entertaining quarterfinal round, had to be settled, via spot kicks, following a 1-1 draw, by the end of extra time. And it was through those penalty kicks that the Tlorkop, Bayside came out victorious to advance to the next round. And what is actually worth noting is the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns, their performance has actually dropped in recent weeks. Following that 1-1 draw against SuperSport, and then they drew away to Yanga, and then they had to go via penalty shootout in the second leg against Yanga. They only they were just lucky to defeat Maritzburg, Richards Bay, I meant to say, at Loftus Versfeld. They were just fortunate to beat them by a goal to nil. There was actually a stoppage time winner scored by the Argentine Junior Mendieta. And they also drew now against Amatax. And yes, they won against Cape Town Spurs away from home just by a single goal. So the performances have actually been dropping. But surprisingly, Mamelodi Sundowns are still getting results. They're still grinding out those results. Irregardless of whether the fact that the performances have actually dropped in recent weeks, Mamelodi Sundowns are still able to ground those results. They are yet to even lose. So it tells you one thing that, irregardless of the fact that the performance levels drop, but for as long as those results are favorable, the results that come your way are favorable to yourself and to your course, and in terms of achieving your objectives, then that all that matters. And funny how it was actually the host that, who took the first opportunity to break the deadlock. But Amatax just did not capitalize. However, that ball actually just went wide. However, the home side actually produced more shots and actually dominated possession, surprisingly. And from that set, it was evident that the game was going to have highs and lows. And, for the first time high, when the Brazilians broke the deadlock through Lucas Ribero's left-footed shot in the 8th minute. What a brilliant goal that was. Wonderfully worked goal. And the Brazilian, he hit that with so much precision. It found the top corner. What a brilliant goal that was from the Brazilian. It was actually a well-executed goal that was produced by Umshishi Tembazwani with a great backheel pass to actually find Neo Mayema, but the ball was cleared away. However, it was a matter of fortune that Ribeiro, he was able to press, which saw him, regain the ball and actually shot it straight into the net to put the Brazilians ahead in the first half. And they created a few more chances to actually threaten a very tight, Tuks rear guard, which was produced. And they found their rhythm and pace, but nothing actually came out of those chances. And of course, the students tried to regain control of the game, right? And from that particular moment in time, right, to continue. The students here of Amatax, they tried to actually gain control of the game, but we saw that Coach Rulani's charges resisted, as they made a few important clearances. And the situation, however, became, quickly complicated when Amatax leveled matters on the 33rd minute of the game. Before the first half was concluded, Tebogo Mokoena unleashed a set-piece shot that sent the Tuks goalkeeper flying to actually smack the ball away to deny Masandawana a second goal. And let's just say, the second stanza produced no goals, from the two Pretoria-based sides. Even with many chances that were created, the Brazilians, they created plenty of the chances, of course, right? But give credit to Amatax. Their squad, was really at work. They defended every ball, splendidly. And every ball that was heading into their box, they were so resilient and they were able to, deal with all those dangerous balls. As, the game went into extra time, Masandawana started to feel the pressure. And they were eager not to take the game to penalty shootout, because there were 3 opportunities before the extra time, which, concluded that, it could have put Mamelodi Sundowns in the lead. And remember the one opportunity that came from Tebogo Mokoena, who... Remember when Tebogo Mokoena unleashed that shot on the edge of the area, but the ball just rolled away from the post. And then the second one also came from Batusi Obas, a long-range shot, which just viciously, swerved, in the air, but got cleared by the goalkeeper. And then we also saw Lodge, he had a last gasp attempt, which was like the third opportunity, which was so close to winning it for, Mamelodi Sundowns. But untimely, the winner was to be decided via penalty shootout, where Bafana style won by 4 goals to 3. All thanks to Marcelo Allende, Lucas Ribeiro, I think also Mutobi Mvala scored, right? And then Shalulile is the one who shot the decider. So now Masandawana have advanced to the last 4, and they will soon learn, who their semi-final opponent will be. So Amatax missed 2 penalties, Sundowns missed 1. And it was actually Serino who missed again, It seems like Cirino is having bad luck in terms of missing penalties. Remember, he did miss a penalty in that particular encounter in the CAF Champions League quarter-final clash against, young Africans at Loftus Versfeld. Remember, so again, he missed a penalty once more. So I asked myself, man, does he have bad luck when it comes to penalties now at times of late? Hopefully not. We just hope he doesn't. But it seems like he's starting to have bad luck, because now this is the second time he misses a penalty via shootout. But I guess, you know what? The greatest players in the world have all missed penalties. So you can never ever fault him for that. Guys, at this particular moment in time, I'm going to start supporting Stellenbosch, man. I understand. I'm going to start supporting Stellenbosch because this team is just rampant. This team is it's superb. Well coached, well run. The quality of the football that is actually being displayed on the pitch is superb. Superb. It's just out of this world. In and off the pitch. On and off. You understand? Everything is just going so well in the Winelands. Stellenbosch just literally hammered SuperSport United by 4-0 to actually book their spot in the semi-finals of the Nedbank Cup. Yo, what an incredible game that was, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I think people must start supporting Stellenbosch. But only if they continue with this kind of performance, in the next few seasons or so. Then, I'm going to suggest that people start supporting Stellenbosch FC, because what a scintillating encounter that was. Let's just get into the chase before I keep on dragging this, because what a game that was. We saw Atinko Simkaba as well as the Ivorian Anisat Ora. They were back in the starting lineup for the Stellies. Whereas, SuperSport, they handed, Abdul Razak Hamza, a restart, and actually named, Chandre Campbell on the bench. I was actually surprised, that, Chandre Campbell was on the bench. I was so surprised by that. But, let's just put that to the side. Anisat Ora, man. Anisat Ora, the Ivorian. He enjoyed a good return on 7 minutes, where he made complete use of a goal mouth scramble. He did so well to actually combine with Ikram Reyners down the left, and then he slotted into an empty net. And as for Matsatsantsa, they weren't out the woods, and they could have gone behind again, in a space of a minute from a stern header by Andre de Jong, following a cross. But, give credit to the goalkeeper, Ricardo Goss, who was actually on hand to actually, save SuperSport's blushes. And on the side of Matsatsantsa Pitori, what we actually saw is that Terence, Juka Manja, he did come close to actually restore parity for, the team from the nation's capital, through a powerful strike from range. But the Stellies goalkeeper, Oscarin Masuluke, pulled swiftly to actually caught him. And man, you had this sense of feeling that SuperSport were gonna get back into the game. You could sense that. You were trying to sense that maybe SuperSport would take a positive from that particular, shot, that one, opportunity that they did have through the Zimbabwean. But hey, man, Stellies, you understand, Stellies at the Devon Craven Stadium, they're a different breed. They're a different side. And guess what? The informed Devon Titus, he threatened to double the lead from a wild time, through pass from De Jong. But, Goss again was able to rush out and actually narrow the angle. Playing the role of a sweeper keeper and actually doing what he's supposed to do, playing that last line of defense. You understand? And, Kevin Hunt, to my surprise, I don't understand why he dropped Chandre Campbell, the informed, teenage sensation. But look, he did introduce him, right? He also introduced Lucky, Metewi, as well as Siviwe, Makitikiti. You understand, Makitikiti as well. And, ahead of the skipper, Osmo Basera, as well as Hamza and Chukamanja. So Kevin Hunt was gambling. He took a gamble. He made a triple substitute, right? So it was a triple substitution. Titus actually made amends a minute in the second half when he ran in behind to connect with Ikram Reyners' first time pass and actually finished from the tightest of angles to actually give the team from the Winelands a 2-goal advantage. Matsatsantsa, from that particular moment in time, they just fell apart. they literally fell apart, because Matsatsansa Pitori, they just continue to fall apart. As a flowing move, Stellenbosch created another flowing swift move on the break, 7 minutes in which actually released, Andre de Jong once again out on the right, and then the New Zealander, finished off the upright. Rainers, who had a blunder, who had a blinder against his former club, very nearly made it 4 with a looping shot outside the area, but it came off the upright. And then it worsened, for the 5-time champions. Just 10 minutes later, as the free-spirited Rainers cut in from the right to actually finish from a tight angle and eventually made it 4-0 to the Maroons. God gracious, SuperSport were utterly walloped. They were just walloped. Incredible scenes, man. SuperSport were walloped. They were literally walloped. They were put to the sword. Literally. And you could tell SuperSport, they looked for a consolation before the full time, but the Maroons weren't generous at all. And they closed shop to actually see out a victory and 4th successive semi-final in the knockout tournaments this season. Stellenbosch, this team is on fire. Remember, they did make it to the semi-finals of the Nedbank Cup last season. So it tells you that this is a team that is actually growing in terms of confidence. And their unbeaten, streak actually extends. And remember, now again, they've beaten SuperSport in a cup game. Remember, they knocked out SuperSport out of the MTN 8, quarterfinals. Remember, by a 1-0. And again, that's what they did just now, knocking them out. But this time they did it in fine style. Walloping Matsatsansa Pitori, the 5-time Nedbank Cup champions. They've walloped them. They were walloped. They were put to the sword. Literally. Give credit to Steve Barker, man. What a coach. Give credit to these youngsters. You can also tell that Stellenbosch FC is a well-run club. Well-run. Like literally. Oh, iole, iole le pagani, iole, iole le paga. Uzuzobona wena, uzobo, iole. Amabhaka chuchu, ezinyama ezinenkani. Awu, ezamagebhula. Ayayayayay, the Sea Robbers. Oh, Orlando Pirates, the defending champions. They've also advanced to the semi-finals. What a game that was between Amazulu and Orlando Pirates at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. It was a cup thriller, to say the least. And it produced nothing short of what we all expected. The fact that Orlando Pirates now have clinched the spot in the Nedbank Cup semi-finals, with the remarkable 4-2 comeback victory against Amazulu at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, shows that this is a team that, they've got so much potential. It's just that, they've been very complacent this season. And they've been very inconsistent as well. They've had one of those kind of inconsistent seasons. Have Orlando Pirates, the Buccaneers. But look, on the bright side, scoring 11 goals in 2 matches, shows that, look, this is a big club. They're playing like a big club. These players are really now standing up for the badge. They're representing the badge. Once again, seems like KZN sides don't enjoy playing against Orlando Pirates, especially Durban teams. These Durban clubs don't enjoy playing against Orlando Pirates. First it was Golden Arrows that were put to the sword by the Buccaneers. Now it's Amazulu. Literally. But, the fact that it was 4-2, in favor of the Buccaneers at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, the score line was not a reflection of the game. If you want me to, for those of y'all that didn't watch the game, for those of y'all that couldn't watch the game for whatever reason, right? I'm just here to update you and to let you know that the scoreline is not a reflection of the game. Because it was a very close game, if you want me to tell you, right? Yes, in the opening minutes of the game, Orlando Pirates did dominate. They dominated possession. They had more of the ball. But in terms of when you look at the creation of the clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, both sides actually created meaningful goal-scoring chances, And both sides, looked as though, it was like end-to-end stuff, and both sides really wanted it badly. They really wanted to win this clash. The sold-out arena, witnessed a flurry of action. I guess it was almost close to 50,000. It was a sold out arena, and approximately 50,000, spectators did attend, to go witness that particular encounter between, Usutu as well as the Buccaneers at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, So it's another great advertisement for South African football, And the home side, AmaZulu, getting straight into the game, the home side, AmaZulu, they just took the lead just before the half-hour mark. It was actually Dion Hoto's deft backheel clearance that found Hendrik Ekstein, who delivered a spectacular strike from outside the box. He left Sipho China, helpless as the ball nestled into the bottom corner. And I think AmaZulu, they deserve to actually take the lead, because I feel like Pirates, they actually deserve to go behind, because Pirates were very complacent in the opening minutes, if you think about it, because Pirates had more of the ball. They were just not taking advantage and utilizing those chances that they created. They had Tsegofatso Mabasa had a couple of chances as well. He could have given them the lead. Even Mofokeng, decision making was very poor at times. So that's the issue, right? Sometimes you just need to make your dominance count. Make it count and capitalize on your dominance in order for you to avoid these kind of situations where you're going to go behind. Because remember, the opposition, once they get that one chance, they will punish you. And that's exactly what AmaZulu did through the former Kaizer Chiefs midfielder Hendrik Ekstein. But, however, at least, the Pirates, the Buccaneers, they quickly responded. They capitalized on a controversial penalty decision. In my opinion, I don't necessarily think that was a penalty, but understandably, the reason why the referee gave it as a spot kick was due to the fact that Tariq Stellies, his hands were in the air. So the referee obviously assumed that he pushed him to the ground. So that's the reason why, the referee thought that, no, you understand, this guy, he literally pushed, Makahleni Makaula, So that's why, he thought of just giving it as a, a penalty. But there was actually not much in it. Yes, his hands were behind his back, but it's not much for a penalty, to be honest. But I would say give credit to Makaula. He was very clever. He made use of it. He made a meal of it, and obviously the referee just gave it. And then expertly from 12 yards out, Tito Patrick Masangani, leveling the score at 1-1 before the halftime break, and sending the Moses Mabhida Stadium, into a frenzy. But I would say it was actually fair. Yes, AmaZulu will feel hard done by that penalty decision. But anyway, it's part of football. It happens. Mistakes happen. But look, you understand, it was a great game of football. The second half saw Orlando Pirates seize control as expected. Dlamini, what a free kick that was. What a free kick. Just precise. He struck it with so much precision, so much accuracy, which left the AmaZulu goalkeeper Veli Motor rooted to the spot, giving the Buccaneers a 2-1 lead. And yet again, the momentum swung once again in the favor of AmaZulu. I think both Orlando Pirates and AmaZulu have a problem with defending set pieces. And yet again, look how AmaZulu scored that equalizer. Because the momentum was exactly with Usutu once again. Phyllis, he rose to the occasion, nodding in a powerful header to actually restore parity for AmaZulu. And it's actually another way of making amends for the fact that, he did pick up a yellow card and he's the one who gave away the penalty, unluckily so. And for the fact that had AmaZulu progressed to the semi-finals, he was going to miss out due to the fact that he has now accumulated 3 yellow cards, right? And, at 2-2, we could see tensions actually rising. And the match was actually starting to hang in the balance. And the former AmaZulu man, Makahleni Makaula, he literally emerged as the hero for Orlando Pirates, scoring a late goal against his former team, securing a 3-2 lead. And give credit to Monapule Saleng once again, for actually heading that ball. I was even surprised that Saleng was able to get his head on the ball and set up Makaula. And great delivery from Kabelo Dlamini from the free kick. But this was actually Makaula's first professional goal since, 2017. So it's a testament to his impact on the pitch, right? And as the game, entered stoppage time, we saw Saleng also had a one-on-one chance, but he shot it straight at Veli Motor, and then Maswangani, literally sealing his brace with a clinical finish. I thought he was like he should have just passed, Mabasa quickly, but you could see what, Maswanganyi wanted to do with that ball. He set up Mabasa giving him the assist, and then, just putting the icing on the cake with the cherry on top to secure a 4-2 victory for Orlando Pirates. And now basically this victory now sees Orlando Pirates joining Mamelodi Sundowns and Stellenbosch in the semifinals of the Nedbank Cup, as well as now Chippa United. So it's going to be, I'm looking forward to this. I'm already getting goosebumps already. I'm just wondering, will Pirates be able to, reclaim their throne? That's the question that remains, but I can tell you they will. With this kind of performance, with this kind of momentum being on their side, I don't see them slipping up on this title once again. I don't see them slipping up at all. Right. The Chilli boys, Chippa United. So now it's confirmed, right? Chippa United take on Orlando Pirates in the semifinals of the Nedbank Cup, okay? And then the cracking one, Stellenbosch taking on Mamelodi Sundowns in the other clash of the Nedbank Cup. So look, Chippa United now they storm into the semifinals, after they dismissed the 2019 champions, TS Galaxy. So now Chippa United have now reached the Nedbank Cup semifinals after beating TS Galaxy by 2-0 away from home at the Mbombela Stadium on Sunday, right? So TS Galaxy, they hosted Chippa in the Nedbank Cup quarterfinals, and the Chilli boys emerged victorious, So now the Chilli boys have now reached the semifinals once again, okay? Last time I remember them reaching the semifinals of this particular competition was in the 2018-2019 season, only to be knocked out by Kaizer Chiefs, Whereas what's even ironic is that the very same opponents that they just defeated now, they've knocked out, went on to actually defeat Kaizer Chiefs in the final of that particular season. So look, Evanga handed the Chilli boys the lead on the half-hour mark after connecting with a Justice Shabalala delivery, And then the home side, they had an opportunity to hit back towards the end, but Bogiso Sanoka missed the penalty. It was a save from the Nigerian goalkeeper Nwabali. And then from that particular moment in time, just to be short and precise, Chippa United were then awarded a penalty of their own, and their captain, Roscoe Peterson, converted in stoppage time just to kill the match. And the contest was done, as the visitors secured a comfortable 2-0 victory, which will see them now take on Orlando Pirates at home. And look, it is actually the rebirth. Let's give it credit to the Cameroonian, the rebirth of Evanga, who was actually discarded by Orlando Pirates in January. So now the Cameroonian, has now managed to score 3 goals in his 9 games for Chippa United in all competitions since rejoining them, right? And he will be facing his former club in the semi-finals. So let's see how that reunion is actually going to turn out. And as for TS Galaxy, going into this match, on the backdrop of a 5-match unbeaten run in all competitions, including 4 straight victories, Sunday's result, this particular result is a major setback, for the Rockets. All the impressive work in their recent games, was just put to waste in a crucial knockout match. You understand? So now the Chilli boys, will now visit SuperSport United on Saturday for their, DStv Premiership clash as they seek to actually further climb up the log. And then the following day, TS Galaxy will actually host the high-flying Stellenbosch, who are actually bidding to, secure CAF Champions League football next season, right? So, yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be in touch pretty soon. And I hope you have actually enjoyed this video. Who will win the Nedbank Cup come the 1st of June, 2024?
Kufanele waseNamibia ku left back ukhona ke Khosonke Mfokalanga kanti ke uMajibudu oke wadlala kuyona ke Richards Bay la kukhona lapha kuyona ke midfield fa ku jersey number 15 kanti ke umbheke naye umpedi lapha fa ku jersey number 19 ukujima kahle kakhulu ke lapha kuyona ke midfield eyayo ke lapha na ke mbokeli University of Pretoria ukhona futhi ke futhi Ayanda umvambo ke wadlala town space ngo 1-0 ku last 32 nangapha ubopele ngempela mbukeli yina ke uChochi uRulani umfoka Mkwena njengobona ke intini ukhona ke uRonwen Williams cishe ke badlala lapha ke bayisikhombisa kuyona ke iMamelodi Sundowns bebekhona lapha kuyona ke imidlalo ke yaya AFCON le gola seIvory Coast bala yina ke Williams ukekana umvala uModiba Mukwena sungana hlala ke bona ke la eLucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium University of Pretoria mayoke lapha ke iMamelodi Sundowns yina ke lapha ke sikosonke la ngodala ke left back kuona ke ama-Tuks isikhathini esiningi amabholo yaphosa afake lapho ku-18 yards njengoba ibhola baliflika ke lapha ku-18 yards ngalithoba yo cishe kalala kungadliwe ePitoli madoda Abrams njengoba bengisasho ukuthi ke hayi ama-Tuks nabo bazimisela ngempela ke ukuthi lapha ke banqobe ke lo mdlalo hayi lapho ufaka u-right lapha Abrams ube nethuba engcono ku-right kuno left kodwa mhlawumbe ke thola ngapha ke uBazi siya kamnandi kena ke pheyana uyaphambili ngejubane ke umakhulu uBazi sibhekana la ke ijuba leSundowns thola ngapha ke uRibero uyaphambili ngejubane ke umfana wasemshishi kodwa makakahle ushaya isithende yayibo Masandawana Ribero lakha washimzondota Masandawane iMamelodi Sundowns imbukeli izokushiya ukhathele bheka lesasithende shawa umfana wasemshishi mbukeli bheka uRibero eliphika nje lapha ke ipali mbukeli elibeka phakathi njengobona ke injabulo kuyena lapha ke mbukeli ucoach yena ke urulani irun enhle decoy run yakhe lapha ke umshishi ushaya isithende lapha ke umshishi umkwena akekho selfish ufuna ngale ke umayema ibhola ke yalithola ngapha ke uRibero uthela ngamanzi ushaya ingcwenga yento washaya ke ingcwenga yento ke uRibero umfana ke waseBrazil walikheva nje ibhola ke uRibero zakhana isefe emva kwakhe uMayova ugoalkeeper aba-champions ngawala ke i-calling knockout badlala ke ne-Supersport United Matsatsansa Pitoli 3 against 3 nansi ke ingozi malake ithuba nalike ithuba iyashesha iSundowns izosebenza ku-goalkeeper ke Mayova hayi mbukeli iSundowns hayi khona hayi zokushiya ukhathele ngempela ke iMamelodi Sundowns mbukeli mbukeli phakamisa ke Julius ngamakhanda nalithuba wasebenza uWilliams madoda wasebenza ke Williams Julius phakamisa ke ngorayini ke Julius belivimba yena ke uRibero sibela pha yena ke uMahlangu ovale pha ke uMahlangu ushaya cross enhle ke uMahlangu nala ke thuba ama-Tuks wasebenza ke emuva kwathiwa ke sokhona ke umkhonyovu ke lapha ngogoalkeeper naye lele phansi manje yena ke Williams Welpamis la shay daga phakathi ke phola lapha yena ke Abrams elotha ngapha elotha ngale ushaya igoli lakhe lesibili kuyona ke iNedbank Cup lapho Abrams njengobona ke kuzobuya manje kuyithemba kuyona ke University of Pretoria emva ke imzuzu engamashumi amathathu nambili ama-Tuks 1 Mamelodi Sundowns beshaya Cape Town City ngo-2-0 washafuthi ejike bashaya iStellenbosch ngo-3-1 Mukwena wasebenza uMayova madoda sebenza ngempela ke lapha yena ke uMayova naye Mukwena futhi yashaya ama-free kick mbukeli mhlambe ke umbonile lapha ke kuyona ke imidlalo ke AI lapha ke AFCON sebenzile ke uMayova kodwa ke yazizwa induku zakaMkwena lapha yena ke uMayova iSundowns mbukeli imlanda nje uMkwena ngoba hey uMkwena ekuSupersport United makhulu obas Mkwena imakile ngempela ke mbukeli ngapha ke ama-Tuks goal kick yawo ke ama-Tuks ethulibeka phakathi ibhola ke lapha yena ke uRibero owawo ke amaSundawana mbukeli okuyena ke shaya igoli ke likhona ke nje ngaphandle ukuthi mangabe mhlambe ke yawazi ke amaqembu kodwa vele iSundawana yaziyo yayivula ngempela ke induku Ribero Sirino bamvimba uSirino uyadive naye ke uSirino ukhesa uthi ke lutho libaziwe iyalifuna manje ke igoli ke Sundawana mbukeli bolivimba ngapha ke uMayova uzoba nzima na boliphakamisa ke Ayande goal check Spena lapha ke Abrams spena la ke Abrams hey wasebenza goalkeeper hey ushayela lapha ke umgundachani uAbrams mbukeli i-grass cutter. Hayi muhle lo mfana. Njengoba ngishiya ukuthi ungathi uma umbona mhlambe ke kumanye amaqembu Sandawana ke ufuna ukwenza ke ushintsho umile ke uPeter Sha bheka ngapha ke uTebza Ngwana uthola ngapha ke uPeter Shalulile umfana omncane ke uMapena ayibo umuhle umqondo wakhe ungena nje ngaphakathi yina ke lapha ke uMapena goal kick 11 games uMapena une goal ke lodwa kona ke amaSandawana ngenkathi Sundowns shake Stellenbosch ngo 3-1 wascore ke uMapena nge 27 bheke Ayende shake atswinga ke Ayende boyil phakamisa ke Ayende ugoalkeeper sebenza thimba ngesibhakela bamdlase kabe uNompempe kajaji lodge azanga jaji lapha ke uNompempe njengobona ke ekubalandeli bamaSandawana khona ukudumala kancane ke imbijana yangazi ke lapha ke akesibhenzele ibhola njengobona ke lapha ke umayovi ibhola ke khipha ngesibhakela dale nje long ball ithola nje umdlala ephambili oShinet Shalulile sibhenga ngapha ke Repero Kwena Kona kick ubethe ke ibhola ke libeka phakathi ke Mkweni kwata uyalivula mfana mncane madoda yawo amadoda amatax balake ithuba sebalivimba ibhola lapha ke hey muhle lo mfana amaSandawana uMapena sibhenga ngapha ke Ipero goal check Beskiso mfana mncane madoda uMapena uyamjike lapha apractice wawaphansi Makhulu Obas zama ukushaya ayi ubeshayile ngempela ke lapha yena ke Obas sebenza ke goalkeeper lapha uMayova edala ke corner kick Mukweni Obas Lodge Volvimba ke Mayova Amatax Ipolpena masapala Kuya ke Mkweni Kuya ke Mkweni lapha ke Williams ngokomthetho kufuze ukuthi ke uNompempe amtshela ukuthi wena Williams Ambovi ungezi la ibhola lichitha isikhathi akasibheka lapha ke yina ke Mkwena no Williams ipreza ukuyena ke Mkweni shayingwana ke Mkweni amadoda advantage ama-tax one ama-tax no it's Sundowns mhlawumbe uzozibuza ukuthi indaba ukuthi advantage ama-tax ngoba phela akaskori Sundowns angeke ukuthi sowuwinile ke Bela pake mfana waseChilli yinaku Ayende ipreza kuyena Ayende beka phakathi ke Ayende elotho ngapha elotho ngale ngeke sale la uze kushaya u12 ukhona uzogeja nama ke ukhona ugoalkeeper ozolivimba ibhola hayi beyinzima ngempela ke le penalty le hayi laba phezulu ibhola ke epalini mbukeni buya ke uSekutlong nayo sandu ngena ke uSekutlong badlala ke Sundowns uno Williams uthi ucoach kufakane nebene experience madoda Sekutlong ubambelele Dandi Sekutlong Bayivimba Williams. Wenza lokho adume ngako ke Williams. Bayivimba. Advantage the Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns. Bayivimba Williams Madoda. Goalkeeper of the season. Current goalkeeper of the season. Inagela Williams. Football. You're going to get Super Sport United. We are going to Serino. Was Uruguay. Why can't you penalty to my quarterfinals with Kef? Serino, by Vimba, one pinda for Logo. By Vimba, my ever. Hello, Tangapa. Hello, Tangali. My ever, Zelak Peggy. We are happy. I'm acting in the tomato. Seven Zocomus. Acting in the tomato. Seven Zocomus. Sarge get white a while upon a get Kef. I guess we are Barney. We are getting paid. Go and again my tax. We are getting captain getting paid. Now, Salagas are cool up again midfield. So many logos of Williams are referee. As I would get a criminal trade. Bet. You don't have to do when a man's a matrolling in pit. Spegum Petty. No Williams. Bet. By Vimba man's a matrolling in pit. He was born in the liar and bed. I vim by penalty, bem na foot. I vim by la pague Williams. I vim by la pague Williams. OSP. 90 minutes Onyango. Goalkeeper Oma Pagania. Uchino Vimbi, but Shy Sundowns. Mapagania Guma penalty MTN 8. We are managing Jimang Sugar, no Maganjani. Oh, repair o Moise Shaggy penalty. When I'm a penalty, I'm a son. I got to get penalty. Gabo Kala in again, I'm times you get to get penalty. La Payana get Okepero or Masanda one. The pair of the Parat. Advantage, Mamelodi Sundowns. Was score a penalty of Beshagi, Ipulukwane City, Okepero. Better than Ipulukwane City. Was score a penalty of Beshagi, Ipuluk Le Afrique. Now, Mazu Shamas will go 1-0. We are going to get more Chadibo, Jogo, what's going to get Masanda one. More Chadibo. 2-2. 2 attacks, 2 Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm a penalty. Ashayama penalty. La Panagia Sundowns. Sundowns penalty. I'm a touch. I'm a penalty. I'm a touch. Sundowns. Say ya. Bingham team. Now you got the Mapagani MTN 8. We are not going to get a Paga to get penalty. Okay, Chile my penalty. Queen Vala Mayova. Wa mama to Dumva Val. Change into Dumva. I'm for a change into the one what time for later. Oh, goalkeeper. Advantage, Mamelodi Sundowns 3. I'm a tax Sundowns Williams Sundowns Abrams. Ogiana Shai Golil Konage. Lao Matax. Yambi Sundowns semi-finals. Ukumbu and score so Palam Bugili. Zobago 3-2. I have to go for 200 last. As somebody score. esika 90 minutes in extra time. Sibala sama penalty. Leyo 1-1 sibekele eceleni. Kuzoba u3 team ngabe yageja Abrams. Uyaphefumula kancane ke imbijana, phefumula. Abrams. Abrams. Beka phakathi ke Abrams. Mangabe ke iSundowns balibeka phakathi ibhola bayahamba. Baya kuma semi-finals. Uyomncenga mayovutha ndoda usalivimbi ucela nje uvimbe nje leli. Angazi makuzuyamkwena. Noma kuzeke uLodge ibona ecabanga ngathi bayoshaya ipenalty. Noma kuzeke uLodge ibona ecabanga okuya uShalulile. Namibia ibhekene neNamibia uyathandaza. Shalulile ngabe niyakuma semi-finals masanda 1. Impendulo iphethe yena ke uPeter Shalulile. Shalulile beka phakathi ke uShalulile. Ayahamba masanda 1 ambukeli. Aya kuma semi-finals. Iqembu lokuqala ke masanda 1 ukuthi baya kuma semi-finals. Awaye iNedbank Cup. Ngokuthi bashaya ke ama-Tuks ngo-4-3. Uvimbile ndoda madoda mayova ama-Tuks ngidlale kahle kakhulu madoda kulo mdlalo wamasanda 1 sithembe ukuthi nodlala kahle futhi ke nakuyona ke imidlalo ke eyayo lapha ke Imbutsipe Foundation masanda 1 lokaqhubeka yahamba ayaphambili yahamba lenqola ke yamasanda 1 ambukeli.
Not many changes from their last outings. As for Usotu, very good win away from home against Stellies. They have made just the one change. Ethan Brooks is out suspended. So into the side comes Abubakar Mubara in what will be a reorganized side. Amanda Dlamini will talk to us about how that changes the way that they will line up. On the bench, Talimpilo Ngema of his fellow Spaniard, Jose Rivero. As for the Buccaneers, they've also stayed true to the side that did the business last time out. A 7-1, the magnificent 7 against the Montville Golden Arrows. Only one change. Tapelo Koki is suspended for this one, so in comes Innocent Mayela, who will also captain the side. And it will be the visitors, Orlando Pirates, to get us underway here. Second time of asking, we are underway. It is Nedbank Cup.
Is just in top form, looking forward to pulling the strings in that midfield alongside the likes of Mufukeng. But a big task for AmaZulu this evening to make sure that they are compact and not make those mistakes.
Could be a chance here. Clearance of the line. AmaZulu looking to play themselves in trouble here. Living rather dangerously. It's going to take some time. They're going to need to settle their nerves as quickly as they can. This crowd had the goals that he scored at Swallows FC. One floated into the back post. Mabas has done well here. He could be in again. And Belimoto gets done well. We got that. He certainly has rediscovered his best form as Belimoto since the international break, the last international break. He's come back into the side, having been displaced by Olwe Tumsita. And then the high press there, they've won it back up in a very high position, and could be problems here for AmaZulu. They are really they have their backs to the wall here to Usotu. Great ball and a chance here for Maswanganyi. Dali too long. Why not pull the trigger the first time the opening was there?
Yep, I thought he should have just pulled the trigger onto his better foot, that is his strongest foot on his left. I thought he could have just unleashed a powerful shot, but great interpassing of great interchange.
In this game, it's the attack of Orlando Pirates versus the defense of AmaZulu. Good running here from Muremi, the cutback! Just didn't connect there. That's a most positive move. Letswalo. He knows that was a great chance. Just didn't connect.
Yep, he knows. And these are the moments where AmaZulu are going to be very clinical, especially when they get those rare opportunities.
Finals takes place tomorrow. Of course, you can see that one live as well, featuring the 2019 champions, TS Galaxy. It's a great ball to find Dion Otto, who drives one nail into the middle, just looking for anyone to guide it home, really.
Now it's going to take
off air that looks like the coach wants to win the game off the bench. Now, Hanamo. He's looking for. Oh, Horto playing it into danger. Smashes one past Jane. What a goal! It was a casual little clearance from Dion Otto with a back flick, and he's been punished for his cockiness. What a strike! Totally against the run of play, but having weathered the storm in that first quarter of an hour, Amazulu have been coming into this game more and more and more. What a strike! His second in this Nedbank Cup. Bule Eckstein. But what a ball here as well. Whatever plans you have. There's no playing for a draw in this situation. As oh, Jane has dropped it. Recovers. Stellies does well there. He knew he was out of position. Didn't want to allow final. Maswanganyi now to Tim. Miguel Tim. Maswanganyi. Oh, that looked to be heading to the top left-hand corner of the goals of... It is
so much better. Forming those triangles that you'd love to see from Orlando Pirates. Quick interchange of passes, not really over-elaborating on the ball. Definitely thought Mvukeng was on target.
Crucial intervention there by Tariq Fields. Corner. Pirates now looking to get on level terms before the break here. Great steal here from Eckstein. They don't have numbers in this attack. Eckstein couldn't get it out wide. He was trying to get Skakani, who was out on the overlap. And now he's out of position. Skakani. And goes the... Oh, the referee's pointed to the spot penalty. The foul on Mahaula. Mahaula got up and celebrated like it scored. Martin is not happy. That's the last thing that Amazulu needed after all the hard work is now going to be undone by a moment of ill discipline. This campaign for him. And what a time to concede a penalty. Can Pirates draw level? Maswanganyi sends a keeper the wrong way. We are all square. We are all square. Maswanganyi gets his first of the Nedbank Cup, his sixth of the season. And what a time to get it.
Crucial time indeed to get this goal from Maswanganyi. Well taken spot kick. Waits for the goalkeeper.
They've lost it again. That's been a feature here. Great stuff here from Eckstein. Oh, what a challenge. What a challenge. And they celebrated the defender and the goalkeeper there. Maela, what a challenge there. It was a great ball to release Eckstein, and he did excellently as well. It's Kabila Zabini! Zabini says a bit of a stunning kick there from Velimoto. They were outfoxed there. A training ground routine that has worked to perfection. And how costly was that foul on Mvukeng? And they produced a beautiful set piece of Pirates, and they've turned it around. Kabila Dlamini with his first goal in the Nedbank Cup this season gives Pirates the lead for the first time in the game. A different sort of proposition he would be. Floated in by Mubarak to the back post. Oh, is that an own goal? I fear that's an OG. That looked like an own goal. Oh, what a game this is turning out to be. It's 2-all. That's a dangerous ball floated in there, but what how it feels from villain to hero. What a response that is from Amazulu. Didn't take long. Lining it up. A former Pirates player himself, of course. Keeper came. Oh! What? Whoa! Otto just with a goal line clearance there. It wasn't the most effective of clearances. Oh! And asking the question again, there was X-Team. Did that not come off? Was it a crossbar? Standing in an offside position. Yeah. Showing there where they kind of giving him a target. Goes to the back post instead. Oh my goodness! It's Mahaula! It's Mahaula that pounces as they fail to deal with the second ball. It falls for Mahaula. Beautifully delivered by Dlamini again. Puts it into the area of uncertainty. Keeper doesn't know whether to come, doesn't know whether to stay. And the second ball falls in no man's land, and who's quickest to react? Was it Saleng that came in that one? Take a look at this.
Well floated ball from Dlamini. Saleng brings it back.
It's Mahaula.
Second ball falls on Mahaula. Does not need any second invitation. Slots it past through Velimotwa.
That will decision. Talent in Bata, Durban boy, by the way. Get gliding past Raman Pashele. Oh! And good improvisation there from the keepers. Danger not gone yet. Maswanganyi! Maswanganyi! Wraps it up! Oh, whoa! What a performance! 11 goals in 2 matches won under Pirates. They are rampant in attack now. Well, it was always going to happen. Amazulu were going to leave themselves exposed at the back. They had to take a risk. He gets his brace. That's Tito Maswanganyi. It just keeps getting better and better, but wonderful work from Mbata.
Wonderful work from